Good afternoon. My name is Wayne Peden. I'm the superintendent here at 55 Division. When this happened the other day, it really took quite a few of us by surprise, because this isn't the type of activity that happens in this area. This is a very law-abiding area with very low violent crime, and so it took us by surprise, and we were very saddened by what happened. We immediately reached out to some of our community partners, and they were very quick to come on board. We were very fortunate to have our local councillor, Paula Fletcher, and I'm very pleased that she's here, and she will be addressing you shortly. Everybody that's here has come out, and I think this has to be the strong message that this is a very unusual event for this community. And we want to be here to answer any of the questions of the people in the community to see if we can help or assist them. You will see a little bit of a stronger police presence over the next little while to again assist the community in getting back, to reduce any fear. And so with that being said, I'm also going to speak, I'm going to allow our staff superintendent, Tony Corey, who's in charge of our Chinese Consultative Committee. There's a number of people from the community who are here present who have come forward and offered their assistance and help in any way they can. And because Staff Superintendent Corey sits on that committee, I'm going to ask him if you'd be so kind as to say a few words.
Yeah, thank you, Wayne. My name is Tony Corey. I'm the co-chair of the Chiefs Chinese Consultative Committee. And my co-chair is Ben Lau, that's sitting behind me here. And we have 7 members of the Chinese community that represent diverse cultures of the Chinese community that are here today to support this community in East Chinatown, and also to connect with the police, from the police to the community. And we, as members of this Chinese Consultative Committee, have visited East Chinatown on many occasions, working with new immigrants, working with vulnerable people, the elderly, the youth in this community. And as a previous unit commander in this division, I can echo what Superintendent Peden has said. This statistically proved by evidence that this is an extremely safe community. It is an isolated incident, and the police service is working diligently to make sure and push ahead to solve this crime, in order to make sure that the right message gets out to the community at large, and to reassure the members of this community who live and do business, who come here to shop, that this is a very safe place to be. And part of that process is connecting to the community and through my consultative committee. So I'm pleased to be here amongst many other people who are doing their best as well to help solve this crime.
I'd like to thank the Toronto Police Service very much for coming into our community today, and again, one more time, offer our condolences to the family and to the dear friends of Mr. Mao, who was tragically killed last week in East Chinatown. And as well, to echo the words of Mr. Corey, that it's very important that everyone feels they can approach the police to tell them what they saw or heard about this terrible crime, and that there are increased police foot patrols in this neighborhood at the moment, and I'm hoping will carry on in that way. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the offices of the other elected officials here in this community, and that would be our MP Jack Layton and our MPP Peter Tabbins. And I know that they would join me in saying this is a community that will not let this go. This is not a casual crime. We will assist the police. I'm asking everybody to assist the police to solve this terrible crime here in our community. I've been asked about a bank account for the family, and to let you know that this is in the process of being set up through the Scotia Bank at the corner of Broadview and Gerrard, whereby people in Toronto and from across Canada can make contributions, and we will announce that account number as soon as we have that. I'm expecting tomorrow or Wednesday. And as well support the next meeting that would be held. It's very important to have an initial meeting very quickly so that this request to the community can go out to ask everybody to cooperate with this investigation and to solve this terrible crime, and as well to commit to having another meeting with those who are living on Gerrard, Simpson, and First Avenue to have that community discussion about safety and security in the neighborhood. So thank you very much, all of you who've come, and I look forward to another session with you in the very near future. And the last thing I want to say is I was here with the mayor. The mayor came here on Friday morning and spoke very strongly throughout the day for a handgun ban in the city of Toronto to end the casual use and the casual importation and the culture of handguns here in this city that have led to a number of senseless murders of people who just happen to be in the way, uninvolved individuals, and remains committed, and all of us do remain committed to seeing that through in the city of Toronto. Thank you.
The purpose of this meeting today is twofold. The first one is to reconnect and reestablish our strong working relationship with the community at large in 55 Division, which I hope we have reached. Secondly, on behalf of Detective Sergeant Pauline Gray, who's in charge of the homicide investigation, she is right now busy looking over the hundreds of hours of a videotape that we have seized from the area, so I am going to speak on her behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 3 days since Mr. Mao has been brutally gunned down. Up to today's date, we have yet to have one single phone call from any citizens from this community or any other communities to assist the Toronto Police Service in helping us in our goal of capturing these killer or killers. The only people we have so far are the people we managed to corral when we arrived on scene, and we've got their names and we have taken statements from them. Other than that, not a single person, despite numerous pleading from members of the public, politicians, police officers, have come forward. And I am emphatically taking this opportunity right now to plead once again to our members of the public. Look yourself in the mirror, your conscience, and ask yourself, are you going to allow this to continue? Please come forward and help us. The investigation is going well. We have over 100 hours of surveillance tape, and we will be releasing pictures of people of interest on a later date, and hopefully to assist witnesses' memories. But having said that, the most importantly is from Detective Sergeant Gray's point of view, and my point of view, and from all the officers, and from the community's point of view, is to have members that saw what happened that night step up, call us. You know how to get a hold of us. And looking at these surveillance tapes, 6 p.m. on a Thursday evening in East Chinatown, there were more than 100 people present. And today we have not a single person. So I hope, I'm pleading and I am asking and requesting, please step up and help an innocent man and provide us with the appropriate information. Once again, obviously we do this all the time, but if anyone knows any information, obviously my information to you is contact the Toronto Police Service. There are flyers at the front advertising Crime Stoppers, and they're even flyers in Chinese, so people that does not speak English can also utilize the Crime Stopper methodology to contact the police. So please, use all the numbers that are available to you. The Toronto Police number, 222-TIPS, that's Crime Stopper, or 808-5500, or 808-7400, that's the Homicide Squad. Please call us.
Folks, this is Mr. Ben Lau. He is the co-chair of the Chinese Consultative Committee with the Toronto Police Service.
Thank you, Staff. Yeah, my name is Ben Lau. I am the co-chair together with Staff Superintendent Tony Corey. We are both the co-chair of the Chinese Consultative Committee of the Toronto Police Service. Basically what the committee is doing is that we are providing assistance to the police service in terms of community-based policing. And today, my colleagues here from the Chinese Consultative Committee, they are here today as well. Would you please stand up? Those are the Chinese Consultative Committee members of this committee, and they are from all walks of life. And we are basically, thank you. And we're basically the bridge between the community and the police service in terms of the helping out the communities. First of all, our condolences to the family of Mr. Mao as a committee on behalf of the committee. And secondly here is that we strongly support any initiative undertaken by the mayor and Chief Blair and from our government in terms of stopping this senseless crime. Thirdly, we want the community, the Chinese community know, and also all the communities within the city of Toronto, is that this is a very, very isolated incident. An Inspector Yun and also Superintendent Wayne Peden mentioned it's an isolated incident, and the impact of which really affects the East Chinatown communities. And we want all of us, all of you here today, to spread the message that it's an isolated incident, and we need to help out the community by coming out again to go to the community, relax, have dinners, shopping, grocery, anything to bring things back to normal. Now the last item we would like to stress is that, as Inspector Yun just mentioned, we need people like yourself, all the community members who were there during that time at that particular location, to come forward to contact the Toronto Police Service, and for that matter, 55 Division Superintendent Wayne Peden and Inspector Peter Yun. You can contact them, or you can contact our community members, because by doing so, we can help the Toronto Police and the community to bring this person or persons to justice. The Crime Stoppers, which is 416-222-TIPS or 222-8477. And that's very important. We need the community to come out to help the police service, and in this case, 55 Division. Thank you very much.
I happen to be a retired school principal who worked in this area for 9 years and 6 years at Whitrow, which is just up the street. So I'm very familiar with this community and with the children who have come out of this community. And we have been through SARS and now this big tragedy, huge tragedy. And so we want people to know that it is a very safe place to be and to come back to the community. The Chinese Chamber met last night. We met because of this concern for the family. And can you imagine these poor people? He's come here, he's worked very hard, he's brought his family over here, and now this tragedy has struck him here in Toronto. And that's not the Toronto that you and I and all of us love and live for. So as the officers have said, we want people to come forward. I sit on the committee because I believe in this community, and we want people in the whole of Toronto. In fact, we've been getting phone calls from Mexico, from all over the world, people concerned about this community.
What we're talking about here is a homicide, and I'm not discounting for a second what was the cause leading up to it. We really don't know what it is at this point. We're looking at a number of different things, not myself, the investigators. So from a stance of what is the reason for it, I'm not in a position to say, nor would I, because we would not want to hamper any investigation at this point. As far as your reflection on this being a very safe place to be, I can tell you, if you look at 55 Division, and if you look at the violent crime across the city, 55 is generally a little bit of an oasis of where there is no violent crime. I shouldn't say none, but it's considerably less than most other places in the city. And this portion of 55 is even less still. So this is a safe place, so I do concur with what you're saying. Unfortunately, drugs, graffiti, theft from autos, that is an issue in this area like other parts of the city, and we have been trying to address it on an ongoing basis, and we will continue to do so. And we do thank you for stepping up, and come forward if you have any issues.
They have a lot of like to ask whether this should go to the...
Why it wasn't a surprise, it was under discussed that nobody, not a single person has come forward, either through Crime Stoppers, calling 55 Division, or calling Homicide Squad to provide us with any information whatsoever. Obviously, the general feeling is fear. And we want to reassure the public we'll do everything we can. We will do everything to protect your identity and to protect your safety. And also, I guess, a sense of apathy. People don't care. It's not happening to them. But I'm saying to you, it's happening to you. It's happening in this community. It could be very well your loved ones, your relatives, your friends that are the next target. That will be the next target. So please don't have that sense of not caring. I mean, you know, you need to care because this is the community you work and live with.
We all see the crime. They both not have the legal status in Canada. Does Toronto Police Service still have the policy of don't tell, don't ask?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, you can use Crime Stopper. Secondly, we do have a policy, don't tell, don't ask. If you're a witness, we do not ask for your immigration status. We do not want to know what your background is. We are concerned about solving this crime. We're not concerned about evicting or deporting individuals. But having said that, you still do not believe, or there's some sense of fear. Crime Stopper is the best way to go. It doesn't matter what your status is.